It's our off-air pod show. It's our off-air pod show. We love Flagelhorns Laugh. It's our off-air pod show.
I didn't even hear what it said.
I didn't actually hear that.
Able what?
Stupid stick that you wave around the office every day.
Fable-worn staff. Is that what it said?
Yes.
We're getting way too deep down the off-air wormhole.
Okay, so now
My God,
we'll explain,
okay.
we'll explain what that is. I just want to hear it again. So, Fable-horn staff is what it says.
It's Fagel, isn't it?
Flagel.
Flagle.
It's our off-air pod show. It's our off-air pod show. We love Flagelhorns Laugh. It's our off-air pod show.
And then it's a sword swinging around.
This barely makes sense to us, and it's our thing.
I've been saying it wrong. I thought it was Fable-horn staff.
I thought it was Flagel.
Yeah, Liam's right. It's Flagel.
Flagle, yeah, right,
I
okay.
don't even know what it's from.
So basically, there is a wooden stick in the office.
It started life as just... It was like a
stick.
imagine a broom handle, a basic broom handle, cut to about half the length.
Yeah, and Ben would beat me with it if
I'd
I
wave
did
it
if I did a
around.
bad thing on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Bad story, bad story.
That's how its life begun.
Yeah, and then
I carved some like engravings into it.
and then we like taped some tape around it for like a handle, and then
Yeah.
Ben got some blue tack and sort of made it sort of out to be like a sword, and then
then I got this really nice velvety blue sock as a sheath. And then I got some like brown coloured twine, and then
Yeah,
about that,
yeah.
we ended up blinging it out. And it became this weapon.
And it's known as Flagelhorn staff, and sometimes you can only talk if you're holding it, and it's basically just it's used as a weapon
and
around
the name
the office.
and the name, Andy, does it come from the game?
No, because I think the rest of the context is that sometimes when we get a little bit distracted in the office, which is rare, but it happens.
Very rare.
We kind of drift into this fantasy medieval
Well, we also
imagined landscape, which I believe is now referred to as the Elven Land of Huff.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we've got the Shield of Boromore.
Yeah, the Shield of Boromore is a new one that I brought into existence yesterday, which is basically Channel 10 sent out all these like Ramsey Street signs to be like, oh, it's the end of an era, Neighbours is over. And with some zip tie sort of cables, I turned it into a shield, which when wielded with Flagelhorn staff is a very powerful combination.
It's the only shield that can stop Flagelhorn stuff.
Yeah, and Belle gave it, Belle normally doesn't really like it when we do this elvish stuff around the office, but she was getting into it yesterday, and we were testing the Shield of Boromir, and I had it sort of over my arm, and she was absolutely caning me with Flagelhorn stuff.
Yeah, we like to cosplay sometimes.
And so this is why, if you've noticed, sometimes you might get you get a few bad shows in a row. It's because this in our planning meetings, we're running around with Flagelhorn stuff.
Yeah. But the name, Andy, you named it, and I loved the name. But did that come from somewhere, or did you just pull that out your clacker?
Option B. I just tried to have like a medieval sounding thing.
Right.
I thought it was you guys. It was like a thing where it's from Star Wars, and that's a weapon in Star Wars because it looks like a wooden lightsaber to me because you put a blue sock over it, and it looks like.
No, that's the
I
sheath.
thought it was a reference to a
That's
a
Star
sheath,
Wars
Belle.
thing.
In a sheath that you'd wear on the
what?
side of your belt.
So-
You're waving it around with the sheath. Oh my!
Yeah, well, if
no.
you wanted to, because it's dangerous.
Well, yeah.
It could hurt someone.
If you
have to
if
unsheath
you,
it.
if you
Sock
took
is
that
a
off,
good
that would.
We
be
also there's a bit with Flagelhorn
disastrous.
stuff where some are not powerful enough to wield it, so sometimes it's too heavy to lift it up
hold.
and-
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Liam, and I said cosplay jokingly, but yesterday you did have Flagelhorn staff, the Shield of Boromir, and the Mask of Helm Hammerhand. all
which
at
is
once.
the mask that we used for this bit we did called like the Nova Bin Chicken, which
Yeah.
is like
Then you
if you had a
tried
bin
to put a
sticker on
flag as a cape on.
Yeah, no, it was the India
Yep.
flag.
And, then you walk through the Elven Land of Huff.
yeah, and I was just slicing around that sort of stuff.
the boot of Korpov, I think was as well.
Yeah, the boot of Korpov.
If the
And
Nova
then-
bosses could
Literally.
see you
No
guys.
joke.
See that
So we
we-
come out of a meeting getting our asses handed to us from the boss, and they go, we'll be better tomorrow. Bring out Flagelhorn staff,
But what we actually do is we get a bad air check or something, and then we start waving around Flagelhorn stuff.
I believe we have broken records in the podcast space, so thank you very much.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Peop-
that's actually a good
People
point.
are enjoying shutting their eyes, listening to the off-air pod, and
Yes.
transporting themselves in their heads to the Elven Land of Huff.
Yep.
So this is last week. I believe, was the most listened to week we've ever had on the Ben and Liam podcast.
Yep.
Which is a bit of fun. And I think, we're doing a few extras, obviously, because we've got the off-air podcast and stuff. But I've really enjoyed these episodes.
Yeah, but
sometimes it's a bit weird.
The cume has gone up,
It is
though,
more
which
new
means
listeners.
See, that basically means, if your name's John or Sally, right?
Yeah.
And you listen to the podcast 10 times, that's 10 listens for us. But imagine
No one's
now...
doing that.
No one's doing that. But imagine now there's John, Sally, Tim, and Kelly.
Yeah.
The cume is the bigger the number is the bigger the cume. So the cume's gone up, which means more new people are listening.
Yeah, and look, I don't know if there's any other orders of business. I know that was a very much...
Wait, was that the order of business?
No, it was just a real peek behind the curtain. No,
Yeah.
that was just the chat.
That
off
was-
the back
yeah.
of...
That was the intro.
I had a couple things I wanted to mention. Do you remember Tom, the prize guy? He was going to come in with the signed
I remember
Ian Rush ball for me, and he was going to bring prizes in for everyone else. So he was supposed to do that last week. He bailed last minute, and then was supposed to be coming in this week. He said, "Hey man, I've got COVID now, so what? So I don't know. Maybe he.
At what point do we cut him off?
Well, that's it. Maybe he promised these prizes, and maybe he didn't even have a sign ball in the first place.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we give him another chance, but I think he'll come in at some point.
I would be happy not to give him another chance from here.
Yeah. You've already given him...
He's arranged presents for everyone. He literally arranged presents.
What did he arrange for me?
Well, I think is that the surprise, isn't it?
Surprise,
Okay.
I actually don't know, but he said he messaged back because he heard the episode. when we were
Okay, as
talking
long as
about
he's okay knowing that if he doesn't come in week 3, he'll face the wrath of Flagelhorn staff.
We'll come into his bedroom.
How long before we get some Flagelhorn staff memes? All right, we're gonna need to- Can we put a picture of it in the Alpha Squad?
Yeah.
I'll put a
It's
picture.
so
Maybe
funny.
just it. Someone holding it, and then maybe another angle of it in the boot of Korpoth, and then
What?
The boot
The boot of Corporal, that's the green elven boot on my desk.
Yeah, the leprechaun boot.
Yeah.
That's where it gets.
And only the
most
worthy can
about.
pull it from the boot.
Yeah.
If I went round there
come on,
now,
Bill.
I'd pull
I
it.
obviously haven't.
Catch up.
I actually have not been able to pull it from the boot. I've tried.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's very
Yeah.
only you have to have the truest bloodline to be able to.
Yeah.
All right,
Don't-
next business.
What are you gonna do with the-
I'm.
I got a few.
Yeah, we got lots of orders of business. I've got one that I'm a big believer in nothing about him without him. Like I normally, if I'm going to rag someone on the pod, I'd like to have him in, but I don't know if he's busy at the moment. But I did want to point out that Kyle Chalmers, we made him an audio card. We sent it to him, which we're very excited about, and he got back to us. You might have heard that in the pod. I don't know if Todd Audio Man is the biggest Com Games fan, because just before we were about to send the audio, text it over to Kyle, we noticed that it was saved as audio card for Carl Chambers. Which is the wrong name. It's not
First and last.
yeah, we got them both wrong. A simple Google would have really. He must be like, who's this Carl guy? I mean, I've heard about a Kyle Chalmers, but Carl Chambers must be the new hot swimmer.
I don't want to get all biblical on you, but shouldn't he who is without sin not cast the first stone? You guys aren't very good spellers.
At all.
Well, no, there's spelling, and then there's completely getting the name wrong. I don't think there was a spelling issue. I think he's just not.
He just didn't know who it
He's
was.
not cared enough to get the right name. He's just kind of said what we sound like we're saying and written it down.
2 quick ones. What are we going to do with the Pizza Hut tins? Is there any updates on
thank
that?
you.
I think
I've
that
been
needs its
asking
whole
that
that
for
needs its whole own episode because
I think I'll take 3 of them.
Okay.
Okay, because
Everyone walks in here and goes, "What is that?" Like no one knows.
It looks filthy.
It does.
I mean,
the studio is filled with Pizza Hut tins.
so sometimes we have
Sorry.
we have clients and stuff that come in and see the show or whatever. And
We
there was
literally
a
had
woman from Fast
Another Italian chain.
She came in. She was like, I could see her looking around the studio, and there's milk crates. There's some.
Got cake.
Yeah,
that's like 2 weeks
someone
old.
sent us a cake to promote their play, and we never took it out of the studio. That is definitely mouldy. And then there's
perishable.
there's
we opened
then
them
there's
up.
yeah, let's have a look. Then there's 40 11-inch pan pizza trays, 40 serving dishes, in addition to 12 litres of Cotties syrups.
No, they're not
equipped
gonna
with
be-
original dispensers.
The cakes aren't going to be bad because they're perishable, but they're so fake and artificial. Yeah, they got no mold.
Yeah, look at
they're
that.
fine.
That's fine.
It's like the day it was made.
It's like a cake, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the day it was made.
No, we need to talk about how we're giving the pizza tins away.
We do. That's why I
We
brought
need
it up.
to make a date where people come past and you collect your tin.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to producer Wolf. Used to be in Andy's position before he came in, and he still keeps his ears across the pod, which is nice. Did you hear his suggestion? Did you see his, Bill?
Yeah, what did he write?
He said we should do a competition where we get people to hurl the 11-inch cast iron pizza
And
trays.
whoever can throw one the furthest gets them all.
Wins all the trays.
Yeah, but no one wants all of them.
Don't they? I mean, imagine being able to cook 40 pizzas at the same time. You could have a big old pizza
30, 37, because Andy wants 3 for his uncle.
Well, that's
I
true.
want one.
For 36.
Okay, well,
36.
the appeal's rapidly wearing off, guys. I don't know if we have any takers, but yeah, no, obviously we do need to sort of work.
We'll get to
something
that.
out.
I just had a small gripe with a member of the team.
Yeah.
This one involves Andy.
Okay.
We haven't spoken about this, but I know Liam also shares this gripe.
Do I?
Definitely.
Okay.
So it's the velocity
Oh yeah,
at which you open the studio door.
You fly in like there's been a fire or something like that. We're on air.
Well, so normally,
You come in like Kramer, basically.
off air, I couldn't care less how you come through a door.
Belle's pretty good at like sneaking
she's
in
like
quietly.
a church mouse.
Sometimes she'll have just arranged 5 callers, then she'll camo roll into the studio as the song's finishing, and she's magically there, and we just do the break together.
But you kick the door open, it flies open while we're on air. You don't seem to mind. You walk to your spot.
So this is me just like this is how quiet you can walk out of the studio. This is you in the morning.
It's true.
And it's the thing that annoys me the most is you don't like grab, because it's quite a heavy door. You don't grab it on the way down to let it slow down so you can shut it
That's
quietly.
what I do.
You just let it shut. Like
You basically kick it in like Jean-Claude Van Damme. And then the other thing, and I'm not making this one about Belle, but obviously I get it. Like you can do whatever you want in your own space, but your rap booth is so small that you need to get some airflow. So when you have your door open, and because you're obviously quite a loudspeaker, so sometimes in the middle of a break, you're like, yeah, right, yeah, okay, Karen, what's your story? We'll get you on next. Meanwhile, Jean-Claude is kicking the door open. Then all of a sudden, there's no soundproof doors and it's all white. We can hear you, and like we're just trying to tell our dumb little story. So
it's hard.
I'm trying to decide in my head whether to defend myself or just roll over and take this one.
Do you know that that's something you do and you just don't care, or did you not realise that you were doing that?
No idea. But I also don't care. Like, I'm not really bothered by it.
I thought knowing you, I was like, I don't think you care.
It sounds like we got a lot going on here, you know? We give the impression it's a...
Makes it sound busy.
It's a bustling... You know, like you watch the TV news and there's all people in the background on the computers.
Yeah. That's kind of what it's like.
The mind's eye.
Yeah.
People be driving at Jeps Cross, busy traffic, it's raining, and they'll be going, God, there's a lot of people in
There's
that
a
building.
hustle and bustle in that room.
In the first couple of weeks of working with you, it used to really annoy me, and I didn't know you well enough to say anything.
Yeah.
Like with Belle, I would yell at her so quick. Like, I'll go, bow! But with you, I was like, oh, no, I won't do that because you might not get I'm joking. And then as time goes on, it's almost become endearing. Like, it's become a thing that you're known for.
It's a funny
where
thing.
you don't open the door quietly.
What is the action? What is the action point for me for this?
I
Do
would say
you want me to
just
stop doing
be
it?
more like Belle as far as going in the door goes.
I just want you when you come in just to catch it on the way down. So it doesn't
So you
slam.
don't hear this one. The old
I hate that. That sound I get all the time.
that shits me to tears.
Yeah, just
and
grab
if
it.
if you listen to the podcast, you'll be able to hear it, like in the middle of breaks here and there. I think action points. All we can do is try and be better, but punishment-wise, I'll have to unsheath Flagelhorn staff. After this, you will be receiving 3 lashes.
Yes.
I think that's fair. I think 3 is fine for that. No, I
Great.
think that's acceptable.
Sweet. Well, off we head to Boromir. It's a long 4-day trek.
Off to the land of Huff.